you know. All right, we got to get right into it this week. I have a lot of important shit to talk about.
Should I close that door?
No. Okay. Welcome back, everybody. Saturdays with Chickenduck, episode 123.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Old 1, 2, 3. Joining us is Rien. I don't know that I have to say that every week. Do I have to say it every week?
Yeah.
I mean, now they can see that he's here.
Yeah, you do. Well, what about the listeners that listen?
I don't know. Here's the other thing I'm thinking about.
That aren't lookies.
Here's the other thing I'm thinking about doing now.
Lookies and listeners.
Now that we're on YouTube, I'm going to just start acting like I'm talking into another camera. And, you can figure it out in the editing department. How's that work out?
I'll look over here.
I'm thinking about wearing like an all lime green 3-piece suit and then just keying myself out just so I'm a floating head over here. I've been thinking about doing a lot of fun stuff that I'll probably never accomplish.
Never, ever do.
Sounds fun, though.
No, but what I will do, I'm going to buy Carter one of those, like a Power Wheel that I can control with a remote.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can just turn it into a remote. You don't need to buy one like that.
What do you mean?
You have the ability.
Yeah, I don't though. The steering linkage and all that until I got done like mechanically making it because he's got that golf cart.
Yeah.
Until I'm done like turning that into what it would need to be to control the steering from a controller.
Mm-hmm.
You grow out of it.
Well, no, yeah, that I like till I had time to sit down and actually do it, get all the parts, and it would probably end up costing just about as much as going to Walmart and buying it for $150, right? He'll use it like a dozen times. You know what I mean? So, if anybody wants to donate anything to our GoFundMe for the golf cart.
No, Patreon.
Oh, right.
Patreon.com.
No, I'm setting something, separate. Yeah, this is totally different.
This is for...
Still related to the podcast. It's still Chickenduck authorized, though.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Well, if you go to patreon.com/chickenduck.
I'm not spending any of it.
I'll give you some of the Patreon money for...
Why don't you just give me some money?
Well...
Slide some over. Speaking of money, not speaking of money, that sounds wrong. Speaking of our Patreon,
Yes.
we were supposed to be joined by Kim today.
Yes, she went to Hershey Park instead.
Does she know that it's Father's Day?
Yeah, that's probably why they went.
Right. True. Well, happy Father's Day.
Yeah, happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
So, Ryan, it's been a while since you've been here, and I heard you had some troubles the other day. You were at the hospital.
I had an event.
What happened?
Well, I was a visitor.
An event?
Yeah. I was, Tuesday I was at work, and I got a text message from my mom that said, "Call Deja, hospital, me stroke."
What?
Yeah, that's
What?
what I was, so I immediately went outside.
Panic mode.
Yeah, and I'm calling her phone, Deja's phone, the house phone. Nobody's picking up. Walked inside, said to my boss, "This is a message I gotta go.
Goodbye.
I'll see you." I'm out. By the time I walked out to my car, I guess they got to the hospital. Deja got on Wi-Fi. She texted me, "Did you get the message?" I said, "Yeah, is everything all right?" She said, "No, we're at the hospital." I said, "I'm on my way." So I got there. By the time I got to the hospital, I guess they ran a bunch of tests, and they said that on an MRI showed a small spot that would indicate a mini stroke.
Mm-hmm.
But she's, her arm went numb. She had some slurred speech. She had some pain on top of her head. But by the time I guess they got to the hospital, she felt okay. Well, she was laying there and she felt okay. But they did all kinds of tests and things. Everything went great. They kept her there for 2 days. She came home Friday night.
And was it really a stroke or what? Is it a mini stroke?
Yeah, like a mini stroke.
He said that.
Yeah, what?
That.
I apologize. I'm not going to lie. I wasn't paying attention. Okay?
I don't know what would cause you to lose focus right now. Like you have a cat crawling on your head.
But they couldn't really find out what caused it. And they ran every test. Everything came back clean. Everything good. So
they admitted her for 2 days.
Yeah, she was there for 2 days running tests. Yeah. And then finally said, "Oh, you can go home." Some follow-up appointments. They are going to want her to wear this vest for a little while, like a heart monitor vest. But she's okay. She's doing well.
Good.
Yeah. So, that was just pretty scary.
And was it just her and Deja at home or what?
Her, Deja, and my dad, Not luckily that it happened. Luckily, the time that it happened, though, was my dad normally leaves around 2 to go to work.
Mm-hmm.
I got this text at 1:43.
Jesus.
So, I mean, I'm glad, my dad was still at home. So I did talk with Deja, and I said, so, because a lot of times it's just her and my mom from about 2 to 5 till I get home. So I said, if anything like this would happen again, I said, you call 911, you tell them where you are, then call us.
Mm-hmm.
So she knows.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was, it was kind of scary.
She's feeling better. I mean, she's feeling better, I'm assuming.
Yes, she's feeling
good,
much better. She was actually funny. She's in the hospital, and I got a message Thursday night after 10 o'clock, and she said something about bad treatment. I'm calling supervisor. And then apparently the next day when I talked to my uncle and he was there early in the morning, he said, oh, yeah, she flipped out on the nurses and she went all postal on them and stuff. Yeah. But, I mean, I don't know what – I guess she was mad because when they asked her about her, she had a knee operation. She walks with a cane. They put fall risk on her. So they put alarms on the bed that, if you sit up, the alarm goes off. They come in the room. What are you doing? What's going on?
Yeah, what?
Minding my own fucking
scratching
business.
my ass.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Yeah.
And when she's just getting tired of laying there,
Right.
so really all she did was sit up, throw her legs over, just to sit up,
Right.
and the thing went off. And yeah.
I hate the hospital.
Yeah, and she, was running tests and all the beeping and everything.
Yeah.
She's like, I just want to go home. She's like, I want to get some sleep. I'm tired, so. But, yeah, but she's home. She's good.
That's
Good.
good.
Yeah.
But she's feeling better.
Feeling much
She
better.
a listener?
No.
No? Okay.
That's good, too.
Yeah.
Probably help with recovery, not listening to us.
Definitely.
Can't imagine it does anybody any good. Your hair, by the way.
I got that.
It's,
I knew we were going to come to
same
this.
it
thing.
is really hard for me to listen to that story. Seriously.
I was just
looking
going
at
to
you
say
with
the
that
exact
hair.
same thing. Now, the first 2 weeks that you were on video that you were here, you had the fountain.
Yeah,
so
this
what
is
what do we call this one?
This is a modification of the fountain.
It's like the fish hook.
It could be the fish hook. It just happens to be hooking right now. Well,
I've
hey,
been watching Moana too
you
much. It
can't
looks like you
be-
have a fish hook growing out of your head.
you can't be a trendsetter if nobody sees it.
It's true.
That's
Just
right.
don't get caught on anything.
But how are you going to be a trendsetter if you don't continue with the fountain?
It is a version of the fountain. The
Okay.
fountain. I mean, it's
the
not like
trend
the fountain.
is anything in that region.
Yeah, it's not back
And
here. It's
no.
not a man bun. That's ridiculous.
That's the
Right.
trend. There's no
Yeah.
there's no set pattern that is the
Sure.
trend. The trend is just the
Trendsetter.
Yeah.
Looks good. I mean, it's not something I would wear, but
clearly.
looks good on you.
You could.
Oh, absolutely, I could.
Let's talk about your day yesterday.
My day. Do we want to go?
Shaking down the
Do we want to go back a couple weeks?
do
I was at Niagara Falls.
weeks. Oh yeah, the
Comic-Con.
Yeah, I forgot that you took off. I did the podcast, didn't release.
I know. I saw that there was a microphone set up. I'm still worried about.
Yeah.
You and the cat.
Me and the cat do.
Yeah.
We do our own show. It's Jimmy and the Puss.
That's a good. I watch that.
That first episode's still in
You
editing,
gotta-
right, Jim?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think
It's Patreon only. It's all about the soundtrack, really, on that show.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the background, the music's really good. The theme song's really good.
Now, is there a green screen in that one? Or?
Yeah.
Cool. So you and the cat go like
Traveling.
Thailand.
Yeah, tasting food. Yeah.
So
A lot of fun.
went up to Niagara Falls
Mhm.
to see the falls and to a Comic-Con up there,
Yep.
Niagara Falls Comic-Con. Now, everything that I had heard about getting into Canada, I heard that it was going to be a problem for me because I had had a DUI in the past
Mhm.
in 2004. And everyone that I talked to...
Why would that have been a problem?
Well, everyone that I talked to said that Canada has a problem with people from the United States coming into Canada if they've had a DUI in the past.
I think it's 10 years, though, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I see. I called Border Patrol in Canada and I asked them about it, and the lady there told me that It's usually 10 years, but it's at the officer's discretion at the booth,
It's just one more thing they can use to keep you out.
Right.
If they want
Yeah.
to.
And the lady that I talked to said that I had to, once I get there, that I have to ask an officer to deem me rehabilitated, which I was like so fucking nervous going in there for one because of that, and I had everybody's passport, or so I thought I did, right? I told Ann to give me her passport because she flew into Buffalo, and we picked her up in Buffalo and then took her into Canada with us. And I thought that I had everybody's passport, so I pull up to the gate, and it's just like a huge toll booth type thing. Mm-hmm. And there's a section where it says stop, like there's big fucking stop signs and everything, and then it says like wait until the next car is completely gone. So I pull up like into this section that I'm not supposed to be in, and the lady at the booth is like, "You must back up." So I back up like
You're not starting well.
No. So I back up like 2 feet.
Already, they're thinking he's either stupid or he's trying to come get us.
So I back up like 2 feet. She fucking pokes her head out again, and she's like, "You must back up," like all the way, right? So I back up, and I look at the passports. I only had 4: Andy's, Nanny's, Barbara's, and mine. So then I go into panic mode, and I'm thinking that I lost Ann's passport, because I'm like, "Give me your passport, Ann, because I'm going to be the one that needs to give them to the officer." So my backpack is all the way in the back next to Andy, like under some stuff. And I'm like, "Andy, you got to give me my backpack right now." And it's got my laptops in it.
Let's time out, because now you've already irritated the woman who's just trying to do her job. Now she's watching you for the second time. You've told her, or she's told you to back up. Now you're backing up, probably weaving all over the place in reverse until somebody hands you your bag, and now you're going through your shit as you're going backwards, waiting to go talk to customs.
Yep.
I would have pulled you out of the truck and tasered you, and that would have been the end of your vacation. Like, I've seen there's Netflix. There's like 14 different series for border security.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, it's great. And a lot of them are the Canadian border.
Yeah, it was nerve-wracking. Like, I could see him going through people's shit, like going through their trunks.
Yeah, like 7 years ago, they would have turned you around.
And
Goodbye.
So,
like long hair, patchwork pants.
Oh, yeah,
KC,
never
going to Canada.
No. So,
another reason you look like a cop.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's why I'm talking about tomorrow.
I don't look like a cop.
Dude, I bet nobody talked to you at the event yesterday, did they? Except for like the journalists and photographers that you were having.
No.
And
a lot of people talk
Lucas
to
and
me.
his bandies, I'm sure.
No, a lot of people talk to me.
Yeah.
So,
How you doing? How you doing, narc?
like the
Watch
state,
out, this guy's a cop.
like the state police.
Somehow he was talking to a judge.
So anyway, get all the passports, get into Canada, and marijuana's legal there,
Sure is.
Canada. So I went to a pot store about a half hour away, got a couple joints, and smoked those. Had a good time. Met Bruce Campbell, the guys from Cobra Kai.
Oh, yeah, I
Met
saw
Johnny
the
Lawrence
pictures,
and John Kreese.
You sweep the leg with him.
Greatest face in any photograph I've ever seen in my life. Your face during that experience.
They take 2 pictures with you, and the first one he's like, "Okay, let's," we're all smiling, having a good time, and then John Kreese is like, the next picture, he's like, "Now everybody make a mean face." He's like, "Everybody look angry."
Your face. I don't know if anger was that thing, but it was good. It was rich.
So the Undertaker was there.
Uh-huh.
I was talking to the people. They only have one person taking a picture, like in the whole fucking. Every celebrity there is scheduled to have a photo op, right? But they only have one camera taking that picture. So like, the Undertaker was supposed to be there on Saturday and Sunday, but he canceled Saturday and was only going to be there on Sunday because he wrestled in Saudi Arabia on Friday and didn't make it until.
I was under the assumption that the Undertaker could barely walk.
No, he's in really good shape now.
Oh.
He's rehabilitated.
Has he been deemed rehabilitated?
Yes.
By the,
Yeah, he was allowed into
mounted
Canada.
Canadian
Yes.
Police Department.
So, my scheduled photo.
Were they
op-
riding horses? Did you see a lot of?
No, I did not see. I saw
No
two
Mounties?
cops the whole time we were there.
Both smoking joints in the
Yeah.
pot shop,
Yep.
probably.
No, I don't even
Hey.
know. They were just driving around. One was parked, and the other one I saw driving.
The other one asked you when your shift start. He said, "Oh look, we got a
Where's your red
newbie."
coat, eh?
They didn't even card me at the weed shop.
Thought you were an officer of the law.
Yeah.
Probably. So,
Were you with anybody else, or was it just you?
no, just me.
I don't know if you.
I wanted to take Nanny, but it was a long day. So she didn't want to
It
go.
was a long day, so you didn't want to go to the pot shop.
Nanny didn't. I did. I went.
That's just a funny statement.
So, Undertaker, he canceled Saturday, so he's only supposed to be there Sunday, right?
$70 for his autograph.
For the Undertaker, I think it was 80 for his autograph and 100 for his picture. And the fucking room, it was at a
Now wait. 80 for an autograph on like I bring a book or whatever, and he
Yeah, you
signs
could
it?
bring anything.
All right. The picture was with him and an autographed.
No.
$80 on that photo. So the whole thing, you'd get $180. You'd spend $180.
Yeah.
You have a photo with him, right?
Yep.
Or where he's probably like tombstoning.
There
you.
were kids actually coming out of the booth
tombstone me.
crying because they thought that he would be in character. It looked like a fucking biker that you'd see down at Johnny and Hunt's.
I believe it.
Like he just had a headband on and looked like he just flew from Saudi Arabia.
$100.
$100.
That's
Dude,
obscene.
we estimated that he made at least $85,000 on Sunday. At least, if not more. Because it was at this huge
Let's work
convention
that
center.
math out.
Go ahead.
I'm waiting for you to.
I'm not working it out.
You just told me you figured it out.
No.
Show me the math. That's what I'm. Remember when your math teacher used to say, "Show your work." I'm telling you, I need to see that work.
We
85
wanna see the
grand
work.
is
Less
a
tooth.
lot of cash.
More work.
when I say that we figured it out,
I'll help you work it.
I
I'll
mean
help you
that
work
some guy in line told me that that's what he figured.
Oh.
That's 400 and sets. That's reasonable.
So that's only 472 people.
500 people getting a photo.
Well, then he made at least fucking 150,000, dude, because the room was full. Like, it was in this big ballroom, right, in a convention center, and the photo op was in a ballroom, right? There was one photo booth in the fucking corner. That room, my photo op with the Cobra Kai guys was at 155, right? I went there at 1:30. They said you come back in like 15 minutes because the room was full for The Undertaker. Not only was that room full.
Impossible. This is impossible. Okay. An autograph and a photo op takes 5 minutes.
Talk to the lady that was doing the photo ops. They were allowed 7 seconds with The Undertaker. And she said they think they shaved it down to 6.5.
7 seconds.
7
All right, so
seconds.
That guy that was doing his math was probably low estimate then. How many people do you think? We could find out how many people were there, but how many people do you think were in the room?
In the room, there were at least in that one room, 500, just in that room. Then there was a fucking line that went down the hallway, back around. Like there were at least
750 people.
yeah, but there were at least like 1,500, I'd say.
That's
total.
That's a lot of people in line.
He canceled Saturday and was only there on Sunday. People were waiting in hours.
Just go with
There was
750.
7 seconds.
Yeah, let's say the money you're gonna get with 750 is outrageous.
Fucking insane. Now you think though,
Why am I not just going around taking photographs?
Vince
of people?
McMahon gets a cut of that
We're gonna.
because he owns the Undertaker's name,
his booking agent,
his booking
the
agent.
show,
Yeah.
everybody. Yeah.
So I mean, but he still made a fucking
In an
ton of
afternoon.
money. Yeah.
Yeah.
In one afternoon.
Just looking like a disgruntled biker.
Yeah, exactly. He just had a headband on, a tank top, all his tattoos, black jeans.
It's amazing.
It's fucking crazy.
Did you wait in line for him?
No, fuck no. I don't care about the Undertaker. I thought about waiting in line for Sergeant Slaughter though, because
You're not going to be happy to see who today's guest is.
Sergeant Slaughter was there.
And our next caller.
Paid him $140,000 to get him to my house, but he's here.
Remember Sergeant Slaughter?
I do.
He would take a picture, like a normal picture with the person, and his line was pretty fucking long. I was surprised. And he would take a normal picture with him, and then the second picture, he would put you in the Cobra Clutch.
No kidding.
Yeah.
How much was
Pretty
that?
cool. Like $50.
See, that's a bargain.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
And he was in full regalia, I'm sure.
Oh, he was, dude. He was in
the top hat, the
fucking
green
top
cap,
hat,
yeah.
and the G.I. Joe camo.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
See, I'd pay $50 to let
And
my
I
kid
think
do
that's
that.
reasonable,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Put my kid in the Cobra. I don't care that he's a year and a half years old. Put him in the Cobra.
Put her in a Cobra Clutch. Who else was
It's going to be
there?
impressive that you can get him in that.
Yeah, I'm quite honest, man.
Billy D. Williams, remember him?
Come on. Ghostbusters?
120 for his autograph. 120. No, he wasn't in Ghostbusters. He was in Batman with Michael Keaton though.
I was thinking of the guy who wrote the Ghostbusters
Sure,
song.
Eddie
Eddie
Hudson.
Is that the name of Eddie Hudson? Is that Eddie? is that his name? Eddie Hudson? Who's Eddie
Is
Hudson?
that the name of Eddie Hudson?
No.
Ernie
That's
Hudson.
what he goes by. But
Ernie Hudson.
Did I
Ernie.
send you that video, the Key and Peele video last week?
No, and I don't want to watch it.
bring
120.
it up on the screen.
Billy D. Williams was in Star Trek. He was I never saw the original Star Treks. He was the black
he's
dude.
got a
in,
mustache.
yeah,
Short hair, mustache.
yeah, the black guy in Star Wars.
You can't just say
I
that.
can say that because
But yeah,
he was.
He was the. I don't know. Keep going.
I don't know his name, but
Billy
120.
D. Williams.
Yes,
Name.
$120 for his autograph and $120 for a picture.
So $240. Where do the people get this money? Like that are going
I don't know,
to
man.
Niagara Falls to spend $240 to have these people take their picture?
No clue.
Why do you have to pay for them both separately like that?
Because the photo op is separate. It's a professional photo that they print out for you right there.
Mm-hmm.
With the autograph, they have like 8x10 pictures there already that they just give you. Like when you give the 120.
Who talking to your mic?
Yep. Okay.
So that's what the difference is. Because the photo op is actually, you get that printed out right there for you right away.
You pay for your 7 seconds.
Yep.
That's obscene.
I don't see why they can't. Like, if you get a picture and they just say, "Oh, for another $40, go get an autograph," or something. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, because they want money, because they're greedy pigs.
Well, like a lot of them,
You're greedy pigs.
like the people from The Office were there
I
again.
don't care if he comes.
Well, I guess
What's
there's
he
a-
gonna tombstone me.
well, I guess there's enough people that are going there and paying that. So I guess why change it? But
I hate to tell you, but I don't
I
think
wouldn't-
he's capable of getting me tombstone.
Yeah, you can.
No, I don't think so.
Sure, you
In
can.
his prime, for sure. But not now. No,
Yeah, you can.
I'm thick.
So the people from The Office were there, and they'll do like at the tables. Some of the
Again, let's take it a step back. Jim wasn't there. Pam wasn't there.
Meredith.
Kevin.
No, it was Meredith, Oscar, and Creed this time.
Okay.
We're there. Now, see, they'll do like a combination thing where you can take a selfie with them there at the table and get your autograph, which is like $60. So
For
Why
all
not?
three of them.
the
No, for
line
one,
I'd be
like
in.
each one separate. You know what I mean? So Andy and I got that picture with all the people from The Office.
Yeah.
The other time we were there in
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, so he got it signed by those three people.
That's cool.
This time, and Kate, the one that played Meredith, Kate Flannery, she asked where we were from, and I said that I live in Reading, and her grandmother. She said her grandmother lived in Reading, and she always visited the pagoda as a kid.
Oh, she
That was pretty cool.
is her grandmother a listener?
Her grandmother, is passed away. She was Irish, though. I said that your
okay.
I said that your grandmother was Irish, and she said something in some kind of Irish accent. I'm not sure what she said.
You said my grandmother's Irish.
Yeah, because Andy was there. I said Andy's grandmother
Right.
is Irish.
Now it makes sense.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
listeners didn't know that.
No.
Now they know.
I said this guy that I
Well,
do a
first-
podcast with in Reading, his grandmother's Irish.
Well, that's the thought that went through my mind for a second. I was thinking, why did you say, this guy Jim, his grandmom's Irish?
Do you know Jim?
You ever met Jim?
Holy
So, now, like, Bruce Campbell was there from The Evil Dead.
Yes.
He doesn't do the picture at the table. You have to buy separate. You have to buy the autograph and the photo op. He won't do the selfie at the table just because there's so many people there.
Yeah.
It just takes up
keep
too
the line
much
moving.
time, yeah. Niagara Falls was cool. Were you ever there?
I've never been there.
I've been there.
Yeah?
It was nice, yeah.
It's very cool. A lot of tourists and a lot of rude fucking people.
I
there.
hear there's a overwhelming
Amount of Indian people.
visitors there. That's
Yeah,
surprising.
and they're very rude.
Well,
See, it
not,
was nice
not
when
all
I
of
was
them.
there.
So let's.
Yeah,
focus
most
on
of them there in the tourist area
Maybe
were rude
Okay.
because I encountered every single one of them.
Every single one of the rude Indians.
Yes.
That you personally dealt with.
Yep.
All right. Well, then let's shrink the generalities down to
Most of them.
all of the people that you met at Niagara Falls
Yeah.
were rude.
Yep. So
regardless of the fact that they were Indian.
Right.
They were rude.
So we had your grandmother in a wheelchair pushing her. We took her on the Maid of the Mist. And so, like, Andy would open the door for me to push her through the door. And, like, 15 people would walk right in front of us to go in the door that Andy was holding for your grandmother. So I just started pushing Nanny through people.
There you go.
There was actually a
Put,
guy
barricades on the
sitting on her lap at one time. No, there wasn't.
It was nice when I don't know. It was late in the evening when I was there because Henry and I were going to school in Canada. So when we crossed the border, we stopped there at Niagara Falls. Also, did you convert your cash? Any cash?
Yes, actually, we
Loonies
did.
and Toonies?
Loonies and Toonies, and it was a good rate. The Canadian money, Loonies and Toonies.
Is it really called that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
yeah.
thought they had dollars. Canadian dollars.
No, Canadian loonies.
And Toonies.
You're full of shit.
No,
I
I'm not.
shit you not.
I wish I was because the fucking money sucked. You can't even fold it. Did you try ever folding?
Yeah, we're out folding toonies all the time. That's what.
No, loony.
coin.
You fold a loony.
Oh,
Not a toonie.
No, I fold my toonies.
You can't fold a toonie. No wonder you can't do it. It's a coin.
Well, you were the one asking. What the fuck are you mad at us for? How were you trying to fold it?
I wasn't. I was trying to fold my loony.
Loony.
This was funny about the Comic-Con. So we're standing in line on Saturday for Bruce Campbell's autograph, right? And talking to this guy in front of us, Jeff, nice guy. This guy behind us started talking to us, and
Glad you met Jeff. He
was a nice guy.
Yeah.
And
Canadian Jeff.
Canadian Jeff.
Oh,
yeah, actually, yeah.
so it's not the Jeff I know.
No, no, I didn't know that you knew an American Jeff. Besides Wind Gap Jeff. So this guy behind us is starting to talk, and the line starts moving, right? And this little guy behind us, he's an older guy. He just he's like, excuse me, and darts through the line. Now, we've been standing there for like an hour and a half waiting for Bruce Campbell's fucking autograph.
Did you grab him by the neck and pull him back?
And I said to Andy, I go, what do you think that was all about, right? Andy just goes like this at the floor. Huge puddle.
Puke. Oh, it peed.
Peed himself. I go, well, I guess he's not coming back.
Canadian Jeff?
No, this was
The guy behind you.
the guy behind us, yeah. I'm not sure who he was. Canadian pee pants man.
Oh,
Yeah.
Canadian pee pants man.
So that was funny.
Thought that was
Let's get back to loonies and toonies.
Okay.
Loonies and Toonies.
I honestly really genuinely thought that the Canadian dollar was a thing.
Nope.
That is a Canadian
So
dollar.
the celebrities there were very happy to take.
Canadian $2.
Can you stop changing the subject? I'm still
I'm-
delving. I'm delving.
I'm talking about the Canadian money.
Okay.
Jim.
Okay.
The celebrities there were very happy to take Canadian money because the exchange rate was so good.
What good celebrities?
Martin Cove, Johnny Lawrence, Bruce Campbell,
Oh. So
Ted
there was-
McGinley was there. You could
So it
have.
was 60 loonies or $60?
Yep.
Well, that's stupid.
Yeah. Because you're actually if you give them loonies, you're actually giving them more money.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the ATMs only gave you fucking loonies. But it was nice because Andy and I went to dinner on Friday night after we went to the con, and it was Italian food. We got all kinds of like appetizers and shit, and the bill was like $145 for me and Andy, right? And the next day or whatever, it comes through on my bank account. It was only $105 because of they charged me Canadian money, you know. So that was pretty cool.
Felt like a millionaire, huh?
Yeah, I did.
Really living it up.
Yes, I am. So, what else do you want to know about the Loonies and Toonies, Canada, Niagara Falls?
I want to know. Okay, so
You want to know everything there is to know?
well, the Canadian $2 coin is the toonie, hence the term is a
Toonie.
portmanteau on loony and two. So loonies and toonies, two would be two
What did you just say?
loonies.
The portmanteau.
Portmanteau.
I think that's what.
I never had that stew before.
I think that's what it's called. Take two words and cram them together.
Oh, the poor man's stew.
A poor man's stew.
Where are you off to, man? Oh, a portmanteau.
There it is.
Portmanteau. Portmanteau.
What was that?
Okay, so what else do you want to know?
I think portmanteau explains it all, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah, that's all I needed. I just needed to know what. So one loony is equal to one. Two loonies is equal to one toonie.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's really it. That was really all I wanted to talk about this week. Loonies and toonies.
And you didn't even know.
Oh, I got some big news.
You
though.
didn't even know that Loonies and Toonies were a thing.
Nope.
Until about 6 minutes ago, and that's all you
That's all I
wanted to
wanted to
talk
talk
about
about.
this week.
Yeah, I knew I'd get something.
He knew there was something on his
I knew it.
mind,
I
and he
could
wasn't
f-
sure
I
what
could-
it
I
was.
could
But
feel
once
it
we
coming.
said that, boom,
Yeah.
that's what it was.
It's like yeah, but that was all I wanted to talk about.
Okay. So you got big news.
Huge.
Huge news.
The peacock,
Yes, Walter.
Percy
What?
is his name, and he's been wrangled.
Shut
No,
up.
Yeah.
really?
So I a couple weeks ago joined my local. There's this new app, I guess. It's like a Facebook for neighborhoods.
Oh, you're in there.
Next door.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
next
get
door, I
emails
have
from there
that.
all the time.
Sorry, buddy. So
You get the bitches.
I joined up. I feel like I'm closer to my neighbors now. But somebody posted a picture of Percy. Well, that's not him though.
That's a banded pigeon.
Yeah.
So I commented, "Does anybody actually own this thing?"
There it is.
And somebody said yesterday, was on the news last night. He had been on the rogue. He's been rogue for 9 months. He was cornered at the Trapac fence and taken home to Peacock Kennels.
That's the one across the river, right? Oh.
Yeah.
What's across the river?
Peacock Bridge Kennels.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Maybe that. I guess that's where it's
Sorry
from.
to see Peacock going. He became a neighborhood pet. I can't believe this lady didn't come forward, and I thought she was notified. Yeah, it sounds like she didn't want her peacock. Like, Walter's been out there.
Percy.
His name's fucking Walter. Okay, you let your peacock go for 9 months. We can rename him
Kim
Percy.
and John thought he was Percy, and DeVita also was told that it was Percy. So
Well, now his name's Walter.
Maybe it's Percy Walter. Maybe he has two names. Maybe
Oh, possibly.
depends on who you talk to.
Percy Pringle, Walter.
Maybe.
So what news do you think he was on last?
Probably 69.
That's bizarre. I didn't see that in my
Probably
write-ups.
Berks County. Let's go.
It's the same thing.
Let's go
It's
Berks.
the same.
So last night, which would have been
Next
last
Friday.
Saturday.
What?
Yeah,
Last Saturday night.
Last night was next Friday.
right. But yesterday would actually be last Saturday.
But it's the future following weekend in the past.
Last night was last week.
right. But yesterday was last week.
Last night-
Saturday.
Last night was 1 week from today.
Last Saturday, on June 15th, I went to
2019.
the original site of the Woodstock Music Festival,
Oh yeah.
and I saw a bunch of bands there. I had the backstage passes, and so
How many arrests did you make?
none. I'm not a police officer.
That's not what they were saying.
So
10 years ago, I was here when that guy came here. He had corduroys. They were all different color patches in him. His hair was long, and he smelled like patchouli oil. Now he shows up, and he looks like you. You're a cop, dude. And no, I'm not selling you any LSD.
some guy next to me on the bench was selling mushrooms.
Shocking.
So
On the bench?
Like fried
you were
mushrooms?
no,
just- You were just portobellos. You were just hanging out.
I was eating a
On a
burrito.
bench.
Portobellos.
A man sat down next to another man that I sat down next to. He said, "Would
Was
you
it a
like?"
man meet you were at?
This was no, it was not a
An
man meet.
unscheduled man meet. It sounds like a man meet.
It could have been. He sat down. He said to his friend, it seemed that they hadn't seen each other in a long time, and he said, "I have some magic if you would like to purchase some." So I imagined in my head that he was talking about mushrooms.
What if he was a card collector? And
Yeah, Magic
had
the
it
Gathering.
Like the Gathering. What if he knew that the magic shop in West Reading was going out of business and he was,
Is it?
I don't know.
He had a brand new batch of planeswalkers.
If you would have seen, if you would have seen these guys, you would know that they weren't
Did he have a
talking
wand
about
and a cape?
Magic the Gathering.
Did he have a top hat and a rabbit?
No, he
Okay.
didn't. He did not.
Did he have a 12-sided die
No,
in his pocket?
he didn't. He did not.
A life counter.
He might have had a life counter.
What's a life
That's
counter?
the 12
Not
sided
sure.
die, probably. Actually, no, that would be 20.
Dodecahedron. That's what it's called, man.
Dodecahedron.
So
I called it dodecahedron last month. Doc gave me
There
some
it is.
medicine, cleared all up.
don't get the key.
That's
I
it.
can't even say it. It has that many sides.
Oh, yeah. 12 faces, 20 vertices. Yeah, that's it.
So while you're on your inner box there,
Oh, I'm on it.
look up T-Bone Burnett.
Are you on the line there?
He is on the line.
Potatoes are done. The stuffed clams are on. I'd say 1:15.
Ooh, you got about 12 minutes.
I gotta go get my
Better get through this
steak out of the
T-Burnett
fridge
quick.
soon.
T-Bone Burnett.
Oh, yeah, this is look
Okay,
up this
so-
T-Bone.
You guys have heard of Allison Krauss, right? The band Allison Krauss and Union Station.
He looks like the guy from that scary movie with the little hand.
Christopher.
Yeah.
What's
Doesn't
his
it?
name?
I can see his
My
face
mom's
again.
going crazy right now because she loves him. Christopher.
I know. I can't
Chris
think-
Elliott.
That's it.
That's it.
Cabin Boy. is
Yes, yes.
One of his greatest movies.
Okay, so I saw Allison Krauss yesterday.
Uh-huh.
T-Bone Burnett was on stage with her. I didn't know he was T-Bone Burnett at the time. I just thought he was
Chris Elliott.
an older guy
Oh.
playing with Allison Krauss,
I
right?
just thought Chris Elliott was playing with
Yeah.
the
Yeah, with his little hand.
So go back to T-Bone Burnett. So after after we get done watching.
You need to be looking at the wiki while you're
Yeah,
talking to me about it?
I do, because there's things up there that I need to read.
Oh, okay.
So after we watched Allison Krauss, we went over to see this really good guitar player. He's only 16. His name's Brandon Taz Niedenauer.
Oh, Taz Niedenauer.
Really fucking good, man. Really good. I sensed you. And so then we went backstage. We had the backstage passes, and Willie's reserve bus was there.
Mm-hmm.
And if the gnome is outside, we found out if the gnome is outside, that you're more than welcome to enter whenever you want, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we made several trips to the bus, and we're sitting on there. There's a guy, Ryan, whose job is to make the coffee, the CBD Willie's Reserve coffee, roll joints, and clean the bus, right? And all he does is that. He just sits there. He's got a fucking tray of Willie's Reserve weed, like huge tray, a container of Futurola cone, like a box of the empty cones, and just those like big skewer sticks that he's just packing fucking joints with all day long. And so we're sitting there smoking a joint.
I wonder how much time he spends rolling joints compared to cleaning the RV. I can't imagine that he spends a whole lot of time cleaning.
So
it's so freaking ridiculous.
yeah, he's got a pretty good job. So
Much for his autograph.
So I'm sitting there. My buddy Kevin's sitting directly across from me. Ryan's at the table, and some other guy's sitting next to me. T-Bone Burnett walks onto the bus and introduces himself to everybody. T-Bone, T-Bone, T-Bone. He goes, "So what's the deal here? Is any of this for sale or what?" And Ryan goes, "No, help yourself. Take whatever you want. Nothing's for sale." He's like, "There's coffee there." And T-Bone goes, he looks at us, and he's like, "You mean to tell me you come on to Willie fucking Nelson's bus and you drink a cup of goddamn coffee? Holy shit, I'll be back." Right? And he leaves, and the guy next to me is like, "You know who that was?" I was like, "T-Bone." I was like, "That's
Yeah, you did too.
introduced himself.
He just said he
T-Bone.
was
He just
T-Bone,
told us
right?
He's like,
Yeah.
"That was fucking T-Bone Burnett, dude." He's like, if you look at his wiki, he played with Bob Dylan in the 70s. He's like a multi-Grammy award winner.
He's 71 years old.
He helped start the career of the Counting Crows, Los Lobos, rebooted the careers of Greg Almond and Roy Orbison. He did the music for Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Oh, shit.
The movie Crazy Heart, Walk the Line. I was like, holy fucking shit. Like, I knew the name T-Bone Burnett, but, like, didn't ever think that he would be walking into somewhere where I was fucking sitting hanging out.
Did he walk back in while you were there?
No, but I imagine he came back later, but pretty
I would
fucking
also
crazy.
imagine. Yeah, that is cool. I really like coffee, man. I'd really like to check
It was
that
really,
place out.
it's really good. The coffee is really good. It's CBD infused.
Yeah. Whatever. That's
Whatever that means.
Really, really good coffee.
good.
Yeah. But I said to Kevin, I think T-Bone thought that there was weed in the coffee. You know what I mean? Because he's like,
You can have this weed, but you got to drink the coffee and pour it in the coffee. No, dude, I'm rolling 400 fucking joints right now.
You gotta put the weed in
Now,
this
do you have
cup
to,
and
you have
pour
to
the
smoke it
coffee
on the
in.
bus? Like, you can't just take a
"Oh,
joint.
no, you can take it." Yeah, they said take it, whatever, take what you want. Elizabeth,
Could have filled a bag and went home.
Elizabeth, the lady who works on the bus, she's like the CEO of Willie's Reserve. She like was stuffing her hat full of joints and just go. She's like, "I'm just gonna go hang outside, see if I can get some people in here," because they're trying to sell the the product, also the coffee and all that stuff.
Yeah.
They have all kinds of merch. I got a
Take
hat.
these joints out and sell some coffee. What was I doing?
But the it's crazy
Just
to
wandering around in a
see.
field
Yeah.
smoking. I'm on my fourth joint and I don't know where I'm going.
Like I've been on the bus several times, and it's just so funny to see people come onto the bus and they're like,
Wait.
"What the fuck is going on in here?"
They pay you to do what? That's cool.
Yeah.
Now, is that only a backstage pass thing?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
It's not like. Right.
No. So then we were going in and out from backstage to the stage. There were 3 stages, constantly through the left side, right? Mm-hmm. And it was so crowded after the one set. I said to Kevin, "Let's just go down through this way." So we go down through that way, and the guy that's at that side says, "You can't get down here with those guest passes anymore. You need a laminate," right? So I said to Kevin, "Let's just fucking go over to the other side," you know? So the other guy, he let us in over there. And I don't even know where I was going with that. Forgot.
To the left, back to the left side because of the laminate.
Back to the left side. Oh, so yeah. We're walking through the crowd.
Coffee.
The fucking yeah, I had a lot of coffee. So we're walking through the fucking crowd. Huge, I mean, fucking people it was crazy. It was a big 3-day festival. And I just hear, "Chickenduck! Chickenduck!
Shut up.
Chickenduck!" I was like, "What?"
No, you didn't.
Swear to God. My buddy Dan from Jamaica, Dan Simpson, the guy that I had the drone discussion with in Jamaica. He was also upset about the drone. Yeah, he was there. I shot the shit with him for a while. But it was funny. Just walking through, "Chickenduck!"
That'll get your attention.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not something you normally hear.
No, it's not.
Good couple of weeks.
Yes, has been.
Good. Where are you going this week?
Michigan on Monday, and then Jersey Tuesday and Wednesday.
Cool.
Yes, sir.
That's exciting. It's exciting times. Vu, where are you going this week?
Well, I'll be going back home, and then I'll probably
You live there at home?
Sometimes,
You
most
go there today after this, or
Yeah, I'm gonna go there after
So
this.
is that an island?
No, it's
West
house.
of here. West.
Yeah.
West.
I stay there sometimes. I live mostly at this place out in Wyomissing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll be frequently there this week. That's where I'm gonna
Work.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Man, I hope he finds something over there.
How long have we been going for?
About 2-3 hours.
Yeah.
1 hour. I'm good with that.
I am too.
Yeah.
It was a good week.
Felt really natural. And
I think
nice.
we might have actually gotten the whole thing on video
Didn't
this week.
sound like it turned off.
No, not yet.
But who knows? So, all right, we'll just leave it like this then. Maybe the cat will not eat it. We all done?
I think so. Did you see my picture? I went rock climbing at Ozzy's with Andy.
Trick question.
Did you see that
I did. Yeah, we talked about that.
on the podcast?
No.
Oh, okay.
I thought we were not allowed to talk outside the podcast.
No, we're not. Only Sundays.
No, I mean it was a few short texts.
So I watched that Free Solo movie. Have you seen that?
No.
Do you know anything about it?
I think you had mentioned it, and no.
This guy climbs El Capitan
Oh, El Capitan.
without a rope.
That's
Any safety at all, dude.
stupid.
It's insane.
It's stupid. It's not even. It's just.
I know that the guy made it. Before I watched the movie, I know that the guy made it.
Well, that's a spoiler.
I was so fucking nervous for that guy watching the movie. My hands were like sweating that bad. That
Really?
I was it was crazy. Like I was sitting on the edge of my seat. It's crazy. His cameraman, who's on the ground, filming him from like a mile away, is turned around like this, and he's like, looking. He's like, "I'm never fucking doing this again." He's on the ground. He's not even fucking climbing anything.
Yeah, it doesn't sound fun.
Was he going to try and catch him if he fell?
We could try.
So I was like, I gotta see how hard this
Like
rock climbing
trying to
shit is.
Catch a 200-pound missile falling from this guy. How did it go?
I climbed 25 feet. I made it to the top. I only slipped the first time.